What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 6 of Dog Turds into Diamonds. We are here with AFC Rushden and Diamonds, and we are on our profile because, well, we have signed a new contract. The board were very, very pleased with how things were going, so they offered us a new one-year contract for £750 a week. But because I'm a humble man of the people, I proposed a 2-year contract on £210 a week, which fortunately they accepted. That means that we've got 2 years, as long as we meet our targets, to really start to develop this project. But also it means we are saving around about £540 per week on our wage. So kind of £2,000 a month. That is going to be really, really handy in terms of keeping the finances in order, because it hasn't been easy. If we have a look at finances, we are actually nearly £60,000 in debt, and just last month we were given a £50,000 cash injection by the board. So really, really important next season that we start to be a little bit more careful with the money. I am going to sack off a lot of the non-essential jobs that we have. I'm going to see how much that can help us. And you can see we are currently about £150 a week over our budget on the player wages. And that is because we have had some contract renewals. The first of these is the one I was really wanting to see. Jack Brown has signed a new contract. It's cost me more than it would have cost if I just renewed his contract when he asked for one. But we do have him for another year. He's on £325 a week now, but he is more than worth it. 13 goals for us this season, nearly 1 in 2, playing in the number 10 role. He's exceptional for our league. He can play Vanarama North or South without any question. So to have him for another year, he's worth £10,000 if anybody wants to come in for him now. So really, really pleased to have him confirmed. And the other big signing is Jay Williams has signed for another 2 years. He is one of the best defenders in our division. He has been playing right back this season, has been really, really exceptional. A 7.12 average for the season. A great leader, really great athlete. So again, really, really pleased to have him signed up. And he has dropped his wages from £525 a week to £375. He was our highest earner. He is now dropped down to £375 a week. So that just made so much sense, and we've got him for 2 years, and that made the Jack Brown renewal all the more doable. Outside of that, we do have a new signing to tell you about. Nayan Masuria, an Indian international, 6 caps for India. I think he left Ipswich. He did. He has made 3 appearances for us. They are his first professional appearances of his career. He hasn't started so well. I've got him in the starting lineup right now. I think I'm going to change that. But he does have a little bit about him. We bought him in because Claudio Diaz, along with a bunch of other players, decided to leave the club. He wasn't playing. He wasn't happy. So he left on a free transfer. And Nayan here, he's a really, really good replacement on the wing. 11 crossing, 10 dribbling, 10 first touch, 9 finishing and 10 long shots. Makes him a really, really good quality attacking midfielder. And I mean, he could even be a good option in the number 10 role if ever Jack Brown is not available. With 11 off the ball as well and 9 decisions. He's got a lot about him. Good flair as well. He's aggressive. He's not the best athlete, but I thought he's a really good, solid little player. He's apparently got 5-star potential, which at our level doesn't really mean a lot, but you can see, I mean, after his first 3 games, he is improving. So hopefully he is going to add another little option on the wing now that Claudio Diaz has left us. And that's important because Ravi Shamsi and Connor Furlong have not been playing well at all. We'll speak about results in a moment. I mean, you can see at the top there where we are in the league table now. But yeah, basically that's the situation we're in. We also have a player in on loan, a South African, Katlego Mashigo, and he has come in from the League of Ireland, from Athlone Town. Or actually, he's a Waterford player, isn't he? And he was on loan at Athlone Town. So again, he has no professional football in his career. But again, he looks like a solid enough central midfielder. 12 long shots, absolutely superb. As is 14 passing and 11 vision. And I think sooner or later he could be finding himself getting a game as well. He can also play the number 10 role, although with his lack of dribbling, I'm not sure about that. But I think he is going to get games because if we go to the schedule, things have not been going well at all since we were last here. So we drew 2-2. Sorry, the last time we were here, we drew 1-1 with Hensford, which would have put us top of the league if we could have won. We then won our next 2 games after that. I thought we had cracked it. We beat Rushall, who were last place in the league, 6-0 away from home. We absolutely played them off the park. 2 for Jack Brown, 2 for Ravi Shamsi, and goals for Brown, Sterling and Collard. Jay Williams got a sending off here, which wasn't great, but it was a phenomenal performance. Look, 27 shots at goal, 16 on target, 66% possession. We were 4-0 up at half time. Actually, we were 5-0 up at half time. And it was the sending off in the second half kind of let them get back into it and build up their stats. But a huge 6-0 win. And at this point, I thought, this is it. We are now taking control of this league, and we are now really going to establish ourselves, and we are going to be looking at a Vanarama place next season. I thought that again when we went away to Redditch, who were mid-table. I think they were 13th in the league, maybe a little bit lower. They'd been on poor form. Another really, really good 3-1 win, 3-0. They did get a late goal from the penalty spot. They also missed a penalty. And yeah, I was just so pleased after these 2 games. I really, really thought that we were nailed on for at the least a playoff place. But then look at what happened after this. We had 2 home games, both against mid-table sides, Needham Market first. We drew 2-2, and look at the stats. I feel like I've really been FM'd. We dominate the game. We dominated possession. We were 2-1 up. They got that early penalty in the 3rd minute. They did get an equaliser. We then went on to completely dominate the second half. Couldn't find a way through. And yeah, so we ended up only taking a point from it. And then if that was bad enough, we then played Leiston at home. Look at the stats here. We drew 3-3. They only had 4 shots on target the entire game. A 1.15 XG. Oh dear. Again, they went ahead early on. We are conceding an early goal every single game now. They were 2-0 up at half-time. We made changes at half-time. We got straight back into it. Goals in the 51st and 52nd minutes. Hurd with a brilliant free kick. Brown Sterling. He then scored again to put us 3-2 up before they, on the restart, instantly equalised. Again, nearly 60% possession, 11 shots on target. We couldn't get the result. It's just a pattern now, which is really, really frustrating. Well, I think I do know what to do. But before I talk about that, We then went away to St Ives, a top half of the table team, but not a great team. You can see again, we had the better of the game. We had more shots, more on target, more possession, better pass completion, and we lost 2-1. Again, just peppering the goal. We couldn't score. I have no idea how Brown Sterling got a 7.3 rating. He missed a hatful of chances in this game. Eli in defence was absolutely abysmal. Dean Snedker is just conceding a huge percentage of his goals. That result provoked me to make changes for Biggleswade Town away from home. Again, we dominated the game. Don't be fooled by their stats. Williams was sent off in the 91st minute. I was already playing without a left back. Warburton had been abysmal. I'd put Tom Lorraine on up front because we were 1-0 down. We were playing with a back three. Williams was then sent off. And because it was so late in the game, and again, I was so frustrated, so desperate for a result, that I just left 2 at the back for injury time. And we conceded 2 goals. Look, really, really disappointed. Ford was playing in goal. I was fed up with the amount of goals we were conceding. He had a terrible game as well. Conceded 3 off 7 shots and a 1.5 XG. We've just been getting FM'd every game. And it's just really, really quite upsetting because this 5-game run without a win has just destroyed our season. We then played Nuneaton Borough at home. They were on a terrible run of form. You can see again an early goal for them in the 19th minute. They dominated the first half. I made a change here. I dropped Brown Sterling. I played Tom Lorraine up front. And well, you can see our front 4 there were absolutely awful. Eli was terrible again. Dean Snedker came back in. I mean, he did make 9 saves, but the second half, again, we completely dominated. We had chance after chance. We couldn't get the result. We couldn't find a draw. Brown Sterling is on a little bit of a barren run. And to be honest, I should not have played this game. After losing the previous game, I should have just taken a break. Just kind of tried to kind of calm myself down, just come back to it the following day. But I was on one of those runs and one of those moods that you get in on Football Manager, where you think, I'm just going to play one more game. I've got to turn this bad form around. And well, in the end, we couldn't do it, and it just feels so frustrating. We have been playing exceptionally good football, but there is something not right. That means we are conceding just from pretty much every shot that goes against us, and our own goals have now dried up. Demalio Brown Sterling is on a little bit of a run without a goal. He is in the running for top scorer in the league, which is amazing considering he came into the team very late, but he has not been on good form the last couple of games. You can see from the table, we do have a game in hand on the majority of those above us, but we are now 10 points off of the playoff places. Really, really frustrating. We have to win today against Bromsgrove. If we do not win this game, kiss the playoffs goodbye. Our season is in tatters. If we can win, we'd only be 3 points behind Peterborough, St Ives and Royston, and 7 behind Bromsgrove. It would still be possible, but we have to win this game. And with the form that we've been on, the only positive really is that we have been playing well. Aside from our last game, we have been playing well. So I know we can create the chances. Do I want to defend more narrowly, as is being suggested here? I think with the amount of goals we've been conceding, I am going to do that. But also, we have got real selection problems for today's game. I only have one available centre-back. Matthew Richardson. He is going to play centre-back along with our left-back Sam Warburton, who has been very poor the last few games, the left-back. Hurd is now our first choice left-back. Now, Warburton does have a little bit about him which suggests he could play at centre-back. He's got good concentration, good bravery and anticipation, good positioning and good teamwork. His heading is not the best, but it's acceptable. His marking and tackling is good in our league. And athletically, he is very, very capable. 5'10" and 9 jumping reach, not ideal. He's not going to be great in the air, but he is my best option today to partner Richardson at centre-back. And that is because you can see Jordan Eli is suspended. He has been on abysmal form the last 5 games, a 6.48 rating. He really has to come out of the team now. Alex Collard is also suspended. He has got a 6.96 rating. His last 2 games have been very poor. But we could have done with him today, to be honest. And Jay Williams got sent off again. A straight red card. He is now serving the second, I think it's the second, of a 4-game suspension. So really, really disappointing to be without him today. So that means we've had to make these changes. We've got Jim Fenlon at right back in front of Dean Snedker, who does keep his place for the moment. I am not going to renew his contract. He is not a dominant enough goalkeeper to warrant keeping him on. His save percentage this season has been very poor. Richardson and Warburton the centre-backs then, and Johnny Hurd at left-back, who has been playing very, very well. Now, hopefully we can be solid with that team. I do believe that is a good defence, although they haven't. Warburton and Fenlon have not performed well this season, but I do believe they've got ability. O'Hara's come back into the team because the midfield just wasn't functioning. Waddington is going to be the ball-winning midfielder because also King James is suspended. We could really do with him. He has been good the last few games. I think he can be an excellent player for us next season. So disappointed that we haven't got him today, bearing in mind we are playing the 3rd place team in a must-win game. But Waddington and O'Hara will play midfield. Jack Brown, I have moved him from attacking playmaker on attack to attacking playmaker on support. I'm going to see if that gives us a little bit more solidity in midfield. And do you know what? I am not going to play Masuria. He has not played well enough in his opening appearances. I do think he's going to be a good player for us, but I'm going to bring Connor Furlong back in. So Connor Furlong will play on the left, and I'm going to make Ravi Shamsi an inside forward as well. I'm going to stick with the 2 inside forwards. On the bench, we've got Tyler Ford, sub-goalkeeper, Patrick Casey, who has not played a game this season. He is the right back. We had a few offers that we accepted for him. He decided to stay. Very disappointed not to get his £70 a week off the wage bill. But I'm actually pleased that we've got him involved for today's game. Sukianiki, who has been in on loan, has not played a game just because he is not good enough, in from Bradford City. He finds himself a place on the bench today because Ben Ford has left us, Fernando Bell-Toxtel has left us, in addition to Claudio... what was Claudio's second name? I can't even remember. He was that important to me, I can't even remember his second name. Claudio Diaz. So, so Sukinieki and Mashigo are in on the bench. Mashigo, I do think, has got uses with that 14 passing and 11 vision. Expect to see him get games before the end of the season. Joel Giassi drops to the bench. He's had a decent little run in the team. He's had good games and bad games. Hasn't been consistent enough. And I am bringing Laurel Smith in on the bench. The substitute striker, I want to offer him a contract for next season because I like his 12 finishing, his athletic ability with that great pace and agility. and his 12 off the ball and 11 decisions, along with 10 anticipation for our level, is exceptional for a striker, and the 10 dribbling. He doesn't offer much in terms of team play with his passing, his work rate, his vision, his stamina, his strength. He doesn't offer us that much outside of just being a poacher, really. But I'm going to offer him another contract because I'm also going to let Tom Lorraine go at the end of the season. I mean, he's come up with a few goals this season, but again, just really inconsistent. So I think the time has come maybe to leave Tom Lorraine out and start to give Laurel Smith a few more games just to convince him to sign a new contract. Outside of that, we have had a new youth intake, and I actually have signed a couple of players from it. Chris Martin, an attacking midfielder who can play left, right, or in the striker's position. 16-year-old Welshman. Decent little athlete. He's got a bit of acceleration, a bit of balance. Only 5'6". Hopefully he's going to grow a little bit still. 10 passing is pretty good, as is 9 dribbling. So I think he's worth a punt. He gets £5 a week at the moment. I think he's worth a punt just to see how he develops. At the moment, he would not be good enough to get in the team, but I'm going to see how things go. Hopefully he'll improve and he could become a squad player in the future. And the same with Dick Lansdowne, 15-year-old Englishman, plays as a midfielder or a striker. That attacking central midfielder that we were told about in the preview never materialised, unfortunately. But, well, Dick here has 10 dribbling, which is really good for a 15-year-old. 8 first touch, 9 free kick taking, very good. 8 passing and 7 vision ain't bad. 10 decisions, really good. 9 determination. 8 anticipation, 8 composure. If his finishing can get up, he might be a decent little striking option in the future. So again, not good enough to play first team at the moment, but a couple of prospects that I thought were good enough to just sign on £5 a week contracts. So that I wasn't really expecting to get anything out of the youth intake, so that's a positive. That's the situation we're in. We also bought in another midfielder on loan from Eastleigh. He's got 13 first touch, excellent decisions. Outside of that, not much. Again, don't really expect him to play. I guess, I mean, he can play as a right back with 8 marking, 7 tackling. But yeah, I'm not convinced. So he has been out of the team as well. We've got the obligatory array of players in on trial. Andy Bond is a 36-year-old midfielder. He's superb at 36. Still got great strength and stamina, great jumping reach. 14 long shots, exceptional for our level. 12 tackling and 11 passing. I mean, we do not have any midfielder with 12 tackling. And he's got 13 teamwork as well. He's a good leader, very determined. I think if we win today's game, I'm going to offer Andy Bond a contract. If we win today's game, and we could maybe use Andy Bond in a final push to try and make the playoffs. If we lose, then I will not make that dent in the wage budget just to try and keep things ticking over. But that's the situation we're in. We go into this game on horrible form. 3 defeats in a row, no wins in 5. I think we're only 2 wins in the last, I think, about 9 games. So we're on horrible form. We've got to change this now. Let's hope we can do this. Bromsgrove Sporting are a good team, on good form. Let's put an end to this poor run. Jack Brown is motivated. He's the only one. Johnny Hurd as well. I really hope I can sign Johnny Hurd permanently at the end of the season. And we really need D'Amalio Brown Sterling to step up today. So that's the situation we've got. I actually organised a team meeting during the week. Morale was kind of falling. We managed to pick it up with a good team meeting. But let's see if the players can now turn it on today. Can they come up with a big performance? As we know, whenever we have had the opportunity to beat one of the top teams this season, we have kind of failed, and right now we are not playing well. Let's try and encourage them. They've reacted well, and it just seems like we've reached the point in FM where things start to go badly, morale starts to drop, and whatever you do just does not work. You can see Bromsgrove Sporting are dominant. What can we change here? I'm going to come off working the ball into the box, and maybe should we play a little bit more direct, and we're going to play for set pieces. I'm also going to just open up the field a little bit more, and in transition I'm going to stop playing out to the fullbacks. I am going to play to our playmaker. Let's see if that can help us get a little bit more of a hold on this game. The first half has been terrible. They have had all of the shots. We have not had a single chance at goal. There have been no highlights. It is not looking good. Do I want to tell them they've been the better team? Because they absolutely haven't. Why is my assistant recommending them? At this point, I'm going to go with whatever he suggests. Jack Brown likes it. Can we get some motivation out of the rest? Only Jack Brown and Johnny Hurd are responding today. This does not look good. At the moment, a 0-0 would be astonishing with the defence that we've put out today and the fact that we are playing so poorly despite having the majority of the possession. Let's go attacking here as they get a corner. I'm going to go attacking whatever happens here. Good save and away. My word. We've got away with one there. Can we now go more attacking? Anodi, their goalkeeper, is exceptional. He is on loan. I think it's from Aston Villa. And now Connor Furlong has been sent off. Oh my goodness. Oh, what do I do? I'm going to take off Connor Hurd's overlaps. But that aside, I'm going to set him to defend. That aside, I am not going to make any more changes because maybe if I just move Jack Brown a little bit more out to this side, just to get him a little bit more over there and occupying their right back. I'm going to keep it at that. I'm going to stay attacking as well. I mean, this might just be the nail in the coffin. Ravi Shamsi has had another really poor game. Let's get Joel Gyasi on. I'm going to make him a winger on support. So now Brown Sterling is the only player on the team with an attacking mentality. I think with all the suspensions and the changes I've made in the run of form we've been on, this kind of wouldn't be a bad result if we get a draw. But in terms of the league, I'm not going to change to a defensive mentality. Really disappointing game. Let's go again a little bit more direct now and shoot on sight as well. Out of possession, I think I've got to drop the line of engagement back a little bit. I'm pleased with how we've defended. We have only given them one real highlight, but we have suffered in attack. Yeah, Jack Brown is very tired. Let's bring him off for the last 10 minutes. Again, he has not had a good game. Do I bring Jack Brown off for Nyan Mesuria? Or do we go 2 up front just to finish and we go long ball? I think I'm going to go 2 up front even with 10 men. Let's get Laurel Smith involved. He is going to play on that left side just as a poacher. And let's go. I think that's direct enough. In transition, we are going to distribute to the target man. Just get it straight in there. And we are not going to pass into space because that has not worked at all today. Now we've got one more change. Jamie O'Hara has been poor. Mashigo, the South African, is going to get his professional debut. I'm going to leave him as a playmaker, or actually, what is he best at? He is best as an attacking midfielder or a Masala. Let's make him a Masala. Or if we go, I think if we swap over here, we put the ball winning midfielder on this side and the Masala on the other. He is then going to pull wide and just occupy that area where we're missing a man. So hopefully that can just help us out a little bit there. Mashigo is nervous on his professional debut at 21 years old, the South African. Let's just demand more to finish as Warburton gets it into Brown Sterling. Smith, Mashigo. I really thought that was going to come to something. We've still got a chance though. Richardson. Into Brown Sterling. Can he finish? Oh! What a chance that was. It would have been so undeserved. Hurd now puts it in. Can we finish here? Giassi. Oh, he desperately needed that to go in. Brown Sterling, he's just been on such poor form. We needed him to take that there. I'm not going to change from shoot on sight. And in the grand scheme of things, it is a disastrous result. But I guess you have to give the players credit for grabbing a draw from that situation against such a strong side. We are really, really in a struggle now. But I'm very pleased that the players have stopped the run of 3 defeats in a row. And I tell them we didn't play as well as we can, but I'm delighted. We've got to try and build morale up again. Very, very disappointing to not have got that positive result or positive performance that we needed. There's still a lot to turn around here. We do have players coming back from suspension for the next game, which will make us stronger. But I think the playoffs have probably gone now. I think we have to finish the season with an unbelievable run of form to make the playoffs. We seem to be stuck in a loop of awaiting the media reaction here. But so that is going to be it for today. I will leave it as the computer seems to be having a little bit of a problem. We will leave it there for today. I don't know when we will be back. I will see how results go, and we will see if maybe there is an exciting end of season conclusion to look at. We have got 9 more games. It's been a frustrating one. I am very confident for next season when we can make changes to the squad and really try and kick on, maybe get some better coaches as well. But right now it's kind of frustrating. We'll leave it there, and we will see you very soon on Dog Turds into Diamonds. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Help us grow with a share or 2, and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you very, very soon here on Dog Turds into Diamonds. Bye for now.